Do not let my heart be drawn to evil, so that I take part in evil deeds along with those who are evildoers. Do not let me eat their delicacies. That's Psalm 141:4. I bring that up because I just saw the movie Zone of Interest. If you notice what's behind me, it's Auschwitz. Now, this movie was not like most movies. Everything was single cameras. You know, it was all about the acting and kind of what was happening in the background, not what was right in front of you. And you see the slow revelation of callousness and indifference to human suffering. And that's only possible because of the people that have been conditioned and brainwashed at that time to believe that what was happening was something virtuous and something good, that level of hate could be conditioned for people to just live idly by as if nothing happened right on the other side of a fence where people were being burned alive. There's scenes where it's just truly sickening. I mean, the whole thought of it is sickening, that there is that type of evil in the world, but the reality is that type of evil is still here. And there's still a lot of conditioning going on. People are being conditioned every day to hate people, to see and view people as less than human. And it's not impossible. In fact, it's a very real reality that'll probably soon come to pass again, where this type of persecution happens again. And many people will stand idly by again, just as it happened in Auschwitz and every other one of the camps during the Holocaust. It's numbing. But Psalm 73:7 also says, "From their callous hearts comes iniquity, their evil imaginations have no limits." Again, it's the indifference to suffering is the epitome of evil, and we're all being conditioned with hate every day. Everything is divisive. Everything is toxic. When you turn on the television, the only things and people that are usually being lifted up are agendas that are still separating us from God, because they're twisting identities and putting it in things that have us on a path opposite of a humble and repentant heart. And, I just want to leave you with this, because it's still just kind of the reality of what you see watching that movie, Zone of Interest, is just what the human heart is capable of. And we're told that the human heart is wicked. It's desperately wicked. Who can know it? Well, God knows it. He also knew we were going to be deceived in these days. There's going to be a deluding influence. It's the Antichrist spirit that has us all warring against one another, creating smaller and smaller factions that are unable to come together to fight the common enemy. And our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual principalities and forces of darkness in the heavenly realms. But there's a spiritual blindness. But Philippians 4:8-9 says, "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, are pure, are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report. If there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. Those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, and the God of peace shall be with you." So whenever you see something that is good and worthy of praise, lift it up, praise it, encourage those who are still speaking truth and still trying to do the right thing in the eyes of God, in a society that is going counter to that is normalizing evil, normalizing theft, letting loose criminals, and putting in jail people who stand up for godly values, who want to protect the unborn. Things like that you can disagree on, but should not be criminalized. But that's the type of thing. We're being desensitized to standing up for things of God. So we need to be aware of that. That's it. A lot of evil in the world, but there's a lot of good. There's a lot of peace waiting for you. Jesus loves you. God bless you. See you tomorrow.